In the news recently, welcome back to the Romco Group studio here at UTTV. In the news recently was the case of Sarah Murnahan in Philadelphia, where she needed a lung transplant, and because she was only 10 and wasn't 12 years old, there was a rule that she couldn't get the adult lung, and there was no children's lung available, and she was going to die, and they had to do this big political thing to make sure she could get an adult lung in a situation where there weren't enough lungs to go around for the people who needed the lung transfers, whether they were kids or adults in that area. So Sarah's alive, but others might be dead as a result of the scarcity of donated organs. So I got into this because I didn't know much about it, to see what we could learn about why is there a scarcity of organs when people need them. And well, we're going to get some experts in here to tell us why. Charlene Zettel is with us. She's the CEO of Donate Life California. It is a state organ and tissue donor registry. And Charlene, of course, well known to San Diegans as a two-term assembly member from North County. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Roger.
And also with us is Rita McCreery. She's the co-chair of Donate Life, San Diego Volunteer Action Committee. And you are the wife of the retired CHP officer, Michael. And he was dealing with liver failure a while back.
Yes.
What happened?
He had liver failure for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And he was at death's door.
Wow.
And someone had registered as an organ donor, or he would be dead today.
So he's got somebody else's liver.
So he, the family didn't want to donate the donor's organs. We've met them in the meantime, so we know the rest of the story. But if their brother hadn't gotten the pink dot on their license, on his license, my husband and another man would be dead today, because he also was able to donate his lungs, and the donor was a smoker, so it was not a rule out.
Wow, that's incredible. All right, now, Charlene, let's get to the heart of this thing, because you know it from the macro type of this. How do we get from donated organs to people who need them? What's the mechanism?
The mechanism is for people to sign up on the registry. That assists in the recovery process. When you indicate that when you die you want to be an organ and tissue donor, you can do that two ways. Go to the DonateLifeCalifornia.org website, or every time you renew your driver's license or apply, you check off that you want to be an organ and tissue donor. And the plus is you get that nice pink dot on your driver's license.
Pink dot. So I have the pink dot. I did that. So that if I die in some circumstance and my lungs or anything else is even marginally helpful to somebody, they'll be available. Now, the problem is that not enough people do that, right?
That's right. Only 1/3 of eligible adults in California are signed up. So the wonderful thing about the conversation going on this week has been the realization that across the United States that not enough people are signed up to be organ and tissue donors, and the more people that get on the registry, more lives will be saved.
So this Sarah Murnahan story has inspired people, as myself, to start thinking and talking about this again, because it's obvious, and here's poor Sarah, and I guess she came out pretty well from her surgery yesterday.
Yes.
Apparently she's doing fine. But the price was that there's not enough lungs there in Pennsylvania, and somebody else actually had to die.
That's correct.
That's really, in other words, there's a gap between the donations we're getting and the demand for the organ.
Exactly. And what families need to realize is that there is tremendous need, but also that this will help them really in the grieving process to know that their loved one was a hero in their death. We all have the potential to save up to 8 lives through organ donation, and to save, heal, or improve the lives of 50 others through tissue donation.
It's interesting because that's the story you just told, this donor family grieving over the loss of their loved one. You told them, yeah, well, and that's right, but my loved one is alive because of him. How did that impress them?
Well, our donor family is healed a lot by this. They've learned that their brother and their son died. He was gone anyway. It had nothing to do with he died to do this. It's because he died and he made his wish known that others were saved. So now his, our donor Mario, his father is a short Hispanic man. My husband is 6'4" Irish man. The tissue was a pretty perfect match. Whenever Ramon sees my husband, I swear he grows 3 inches. He's so proud of what his son did, and that's the endorphins that their family gets from that is priceless. You cannot put a monetary value on that. They just do something that you can't buy it. You just cannot buy it.
Now, so Charlene and Rita, I just want to say that I'm in one of those people cheerleading for more people to put pink dots on their driver's license. And what was the other way you can do it?
You can sign up at DonateLifeCalifornia.org. or you can go to the DMV and every
Right.
time you renew your driver's license. And we are just about to announce a new license plate where people can get a Donate Life California license plate, support the cause, and do a great thing and help to save more lives.
Well, and that's
Please
important.
go to our website.
So I'm going to be a cheerleader for people out there who are watching this to go either to the website or when they renew their license to put the pink dot on and make sure you do that. The problem I have is that I'm not sure that's going to solve the problem, because the problem is what? This many people needing on any given day
Right.
or year
Right.
the surgeries for the failed organs they have, without which they're going to die or be in bad shape. And then the supply, which is somewhat short of that, so that people are dying every day because they don't get it right.
Well, and most people think that people that have organ failure did something to cause it, and that's not true.
Well, that's
They're-
another issue.
Yeah, but it's like they don't identify with that issue. They don't think it can happen to them that they might have an organ failure, so they don't think about being a registered donor.
Yeah.
They also, maybe they register themselves through the DMV when they go in, but they don't register their children. They can go right on donatelifecalifornia.org when everybody's happy and everybody's healthy and there's no accidents, and they can pre-register their choices. And it's just an important way to save lives.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Now, there's a philosophical debate going on, which you two know about as well, and that is, okay, we're doing this with a, donation appeal, which is great. What about taking another tack, and that is to recognize that the organs are valuable, and that if we make them compensatable, if it's a free market in organs, and when I die, and everybody will, some use can be made of those organs, but the estate gets a value for it. I bet a lot more people would sign up than would do it voluntarily. That's just my hunch. Free markets seem to work better than, voluntary giving up assets for nothing. Charlene, you've been in the assembly, the political process. Does this
Yes.
make any sense to you?
Well, I think that this is a debate going on now with medical ethicists.
Those people.
Those people,
people.
and the transplant community. I think what we can foresee are too many abuses. People who are poor who want to sell one of their kidneys.
Well, not while they're alive. Yeah, you got to make that illegal. Yeah, but you got to make that illegal.
Yes, of course.
I'm talking about when people die.
Well,
yeah, so I
and
agree with
people
you.
in China get executed for
For their organs.
their organs.
Right. You don't
So
want-
We've
there's
emulated
a
China
market.
too much here in the last 2 weeks on
Yeah.
the spying thing. Okay,
Yes,
so,
we don't wanna
exactly.
all right,
But-
so we don't want to do that.
Yes, but what I think we can do positively is to support medical research. What they are doing in stem cell research and the growth of organs and
That's true.
regeneration is phenomenal. So there is hope there, and more of us can sign up, because with only 1/3 of Californians eligible adults signed up on the registry, we really have the more
How many would it
opportunity here.
take to cover the need? Like, is it 50%? Is it 80%? What would it take?
I would say at least 100%,
100%.
and then some.
Well, of the
Wow.
10,000 plus people that died in San Diego last year,
10,000 people died.
died in San Diego County, okay, in this whole county, of all kinds of different
Right.
reasons. 200 and I want to say 60 were donors.
Okay.
That's not
Out of 10,000?
Yes.
No, that's not a third.
So, no, but I'm saying, but there's multiple organs from
Oh, okay.
some donors. So it's just really, really important. Organ
What
donors
was the
are-
need? So you had 260, but what was the need?
Oh, and the need in San Diego, isn't it like
Well-
1,800?
I-
In San Diego County, it's over 1,800 are on the waiting list.
on the waiting list.
On the
correct.
waiting list.
And
Yes.
there's someone in every single zip code waiting for an organ at all times.
And you admit that there's people dying every day because there is no donor,
Absolutely, absolutely.
which is real bad.
And it's unnecessary. It's like you can't take it with you.
No, that's true. And I think we've got to convince people, or on the current thing, we've got to convince people of that. So
Well,
again,
yeah.
what's the website again? Here's the donor.
www.donatelifecalifornia.org.
DonateLifeCalifornia.org. Folks, go to that. When you're dead, you don't need those organs, and they can save other people's lives. And put that pink dot on your driver's license, too. And we'll continue this debate about whether or not we should have a free market in these. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. Real estate after this.